Good morning, all my dear students. Today I am going to take lesson 8, page number 78 from your textbook Blossoms, and the chapter is Goodbye to the Moon by Monica Hughes. Monica Hughes, 1925 to 2003, was a Canadian author who is especially known for her books on science fiction. She also wrote adventure and historical novels. The text, Goodbye to the Moon, is an adaptation from one of her popular works of science fiction. So, Monica Hughes was an American author. Canada is a place which is situated in North America. So, she was an American author and was a renowned children's author. And she was a master of science fiction and fantasy writing. So this text is taken from one of her notable works of science fiction. Let's read. I sat in the dark view room of the space station. So the speaker was sitting in the dark or gloomy view room of the space station. View room, a room from where one can look at the outside, and it has glass. It has a glass panel. And space station is a place where a satellite is positioned. Satellite, all of you know that the word satellite refers to a machine or an artificial body that is launched into space, and it moves around earth or another body in space. And earth and the moon are examples of natural satellites, because these are not man-made, because earth orbits the sun and the moon orbits the earth. Okay, so these are earth and the moon are natural satellites. Okay, now let's go to our next line. I looked out at the earth. So the speaker was looking out at the earth through the glass panel. It was somewhat familiar to me. So the speaker knew about the earth a little bit. There was a small photograph of the blue planet in our drawing room. So in their drawing room there was a small photograph of the earth, and blue planet referred the earth. I, Kepler Masterman, was born on the moon 15 years back. So the speaker is Kepler Masterman. He was born on the moon 15 years ago. My mother had been dead 5 years ago. His mother passed away 5 years ago. She had told me stories about the earth, that excitingly unknown place. Kepler Masterman came to know about the earth from his mother, and this unknown place, this earth, was extremely thrilling for him. My father is the governor of the moon. So his father is the executive head of the moon. He was going on an expedition to the earth. So his father was going on a trip to the blue planet. And here was I, accompanying him on my first ever journey to the earth. So Kepler was also going with his father as a companion, and it was his first journey to the earth. I looked down at earth. It seemed so close to me that I felt I could touch it. So when Kepler looked down at earth, the earth appeared too close to touch. We had to wait for another 15 minutes before our journey started. So after 15 minutes their journey started. So they had to wait for another 15 minutes before their journey started. Feeling restless, I left the viewing room and glided down the long passage to the center of the space station. So Kepler came to the center of the space station as he was anxious or impatient. I could see my father there surrounded by reporters. So Kepler saw that reporters were taking interview of his father. I came back to the view room which was empty. Then he again came back to the view room. I looked out into space. My moon, my home, appeared very small now. So when Kepler was looking out into space, his birthplace, that is moon, seemed very small to him. At home, the kids would be getting ready for the party. There's always been a party at sunrise. So Kepler was thinking about his home and the upcoming party, because whenever there was sunrise, for all of them it is a matter of celebration. The sun rose only 12 or 13 times a year, so it was something special for us. So now Kepler described why is sunrise so special for them. Because they didn't get the rays of sun or the sunlight throughout a year. They get it only 12 or 13 times in a year. The sunlight crept slowly across the surface of the moon until finally night was gone. So the sunlight crawled slowly on the upper part of the moon until night was gone. Let's continue. Suddenly the door opened behind me. So Kepler was in the viewing room and the door of that room opened suddenly. I could hear excited voices. The ferry from Earth must have arrived. So he could hear some voices of people who were very enthusiastic. So Kepler thought that it must be a spaceship that came from Earth. It carried passengers from the Earth ready to go for the moon safari, people eager to look around the moon, and here we were going to the Earth instead. The ferry or the spaceship carried passengers from the Earth, and the people from the Earth came here to explore the moon or to see the moon, whereas Kepler and his father were going to explore the Earth. I slipped out of the room to the central lobby. So lobby here doesn't mean corridor. Central lobby means the main room. So Kepler hurriedly came to the main room. Father was standing there. There were the last minute goodbyes. So Kepler's father was standing there and it was the time for farewell. Good luck, Governor, someone called out. Someone wished his father good luck. See you in 6 months at the latest, replied my father cheerfully. So the governor replied that he was going for almost 6 months. I walked with him to the Earth ferry. It was magnificent. It was 3 times as big as our moon ferries. So Kepler and his father boarded the Earth ferry, the ferry which would go to the Earth, and the ferry or the vehicle was fantastic and great, and 3 times bigger than the moon fairies. Is everything on earth as wonderful as this? I whispered to father. So Kepler was amazed by the vastness of the earth fairy, and he asked that whether everything on earth is as big as this. Pretty much so. It's different from home, father replied. So father replied that almost everything is marvelous and all of these things are different from their home. The ferry moved slowly out of its dock. So the ferry or the vehicle moved slowly out of the structure where it was placed. It entered the Earth's gravity. So it entered the Earth's gravity. Gravity is the force that attracts a body towards the center of the earth. So students, this much for today. In my next class I will complete the rest part of this chapter. If you have any queries, you can ask me.